This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings, powered by eXp Realty. Online at madeformoreliving.com.
All right, so on today's show, we have none other than Jason Bourne.
Jason
Correct?
Bourne, the real Bourne.
Just kidding. But what's your full name?
My name is David Michael Webb.
David Michael Webb. And if you've watched any of the Jason Bourne movies, his real name is...
David Michael Webb.
David Michael
Webb.
And talk to us about the similarities between you and Jason Bourne.
Yeah, so Jason Bourne was actually in the military. I was in the military. He's in the Air Force serving in Europe. I was in the Air Force serving in Europe. So people call me the real life Jason Bourne now.
Wow.
That's awesome. And now you speak 7 languages as well.
Yes.
To boot.
Yep.
Incredible. And so why we wanted to have another conversation with you is your story. We didn't realize, we thought we were going to be talking about property taxes, but as to what you mentioned, Matt, it's the person behind the company that determines its success. And your life story has been, it's just, the more questions we were asking off the air, the more like, hey, can we share this? So let's just start at the beginning. You were 3, and what was your home life like?
Yeah, so essentially I got raised in a very bad and troublesome home life ever since I was pretty much born. Both parents were addicted to drugs. They were going in and out of prison. They were on the street. They were homeless. I was being raised in that environment by random people, abused, all of those things, everything above, right? So for most of my childhood.
Heartbreaking. And so you go through childhood, and then something happened around in high school. Was it 11th grade? Like, what happened there?
Well, there was actually something. I actually failed first grade because of low attendance in my first grade school, essentially because my dad was in prison at the time, and I was living with my mom and her boyfriend. And her boyfriend actually locked me in the house, in my room, for almost a solid year. And my mom would sneak food to me through the HVAC register vent underneath. And I failed first grade, and I went through most of school all in a grade below, being taller, being older, being more mature, essentially. And it kind of like going through grade school, like being older, people asking why you failed, you have to make up reasons all the time why you didn't make it, and I never told anyone the truth. But so I have a life full of experiences like that, really bad experiences growing all the way up until eventually I left. I found a way out through the military, which honestly saved my life.
But also there was somebody who came along that helped you at least find a place to sleep for a little over a year, right? That was your mailman? Yeah,
so the last time that my dad went to prison, which was in high school, essentially I got kicked out of the house, and he was living with his girlfriend at the time, and I got kicked out, and my mailman, who I had a good relationship with him, and he would give me rubber band balls and stuff, and we would talk, and he found me and basically took me in as one of his own. And, I consider him my dad, really? Now, and we're very close. We're like best friends today as well. And
so you guys are still in contact?
Yes.
That's awesome. And you lived with him for a period of time when you were finishing out of high school?
Yes. Yep.
So he came in your life, you got this new dad, then you joined the military, and you said the military saved your life. Like, what do you mean by that? Yeah, so
the military was a way out. It was a way out to remove myself from the bad situations that I was always in, the people that I was around,
a new
drugs.
Environment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
structure.
I was able
routine,
to go and get discipline, structure, routine, and also experiences that you would never get even in a normal life. Like, I've been to over 40 countries. I speak all these languages. I've had all these experiences. I've been able to do these things that someone with my background would never be able to have the opportunity to do.
Incredible. And so what if somebody is in a situation right now that kind of sounds similar to the one you were in, what would your advice be to those people?
Yeah, my advice would be to, there's always a way out. You just have to be smart. You can make your own decisions even at a young age, even at 5 years old. You can run away. You can get out of that situation. You don't have to trauma bond with your parents. You don't have to rely on them. You can go to your friends. You can talk to them. You can find God. You can find religion.
So there's power in that. You're not trapped, essentially what I'm hearing.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, and change your environment. And then to lighten it up a little bit, so Valor and I visited all 50 states trying to figure out a place to live. And we chose Sacramento region. We moved here in January of 2018. We absolutely love it. You being in Sacramento is a choice as well, right? Like you were trying to look for a good place to launch your businesses. And how is it you stumbled across Sacramento?
Yeah, so I had visited Sacramento for a period of time before getting out of the military, and I went here specifically because I thought this was the best place in the entire country to go and start businesses due to the ecosystem hub they have here, the startup culture, Silicon Valley, Palo Alto, the Bay Area, all these large companies that have been started here. And I wanted to be a part of that movement. So I packed up all my stuff and I moved over here. And now I've started a couple companies. I grew and scaled an archery company from nothing to now one of the largest archery companies in the region. And I have low prop tax, which saves people money on their property taxes. That one's founded here as well.
I think I met you at Crawdads. Were you at a Crawdads mixer once?
Yes, I've been to
Were you
Crawdads
dressed up
many
as
times.
like an archer?
Yes, I have a personal brand that I built, Robin Hood, for my archery company, and that's one of the primary growth drivers of that company. Was I personally branded myself as Robin Hood. I wore a large Robin Hood hat in a room. Everybody would talk to me because they said, quote, "I need to meet that guy." And that's what grew my archery company as large as it is now. And now I'm about to sell that company too to focus on low prop tax.
Incredible. I didn't realize you were the same guy because you weren't dressed up as an archer.
I have many brands, Jason Bourne, Robin Hood.
Right.
That's so freaking cool. So I just want to say thank you again for being on the show today. Guys, low prop tax, just fill it out. Just go there, check it out. If not for no other reason, support a guy who's pulled himself up by his bootstraps and is helping other people. So thank you again.
Hello, my name is David Webb, and I'm the CEO and founder of Low Prop Tax. For 8 years, I defended my country on the battlefield. Now, I'm fighting a new battle, taking on broken tax systems and putting hard-earned money back in the hands of the people. If you think you're overpaying on property taxes, check out lowproptax.com.
The website again is lowproptax.com. Low, L-O-W, prop, P-R-O-P, tax, T-A-X.com. Let David Webb, again, he's a United States Air Force veteran, spent 8 years protecting our country. Let him and his team help you save money on your property tax. Go to the website lowproptax.com.